Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Schmo Me the Money, a what if discussion. Talking about it was basically a murder mystery, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty cool. I couldn't as soon as people kept dropping, I'm like, I don't even know who to even contemplate as to who it could be. So I loved it. Still like the second one a little bit more though. I still like the one with.
Well, yeah, that's because the second one is just like has a
Second
whole
one's
lot
just
more.
art.
I don't know,
Second
fun
one's just
stuff
pure
going
art.
on in it.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Matt, what did you think about this one? Because I know that you got a chance to kind of see some of this stuff early too.
All I can say is y'all motherfuckers finally caught up. I've been sitting here for 3 weeks, waiting, trying to keep my mouth shut.
Sorry. I'm so sorry that we happened to watch stuff the day it premieres as opposed to getting the screener access early. I'm so sorry that you also didn't offer us to watch it. Damn,
I did
bro.
actually. I did.
Did you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so sorry that I fucking forgot that you offered or whatever.
God damn it.
It was fun. It's a fun episode.
When Nick and I did our review for this, we both said this was probably the most interesting episode. Favorite episode was 2, but this one by far was the most interesting because it was a whodunit. It kept you on the feet. Everybody's like, "Oh, this is a Loki episode." I'm sitting over here like, you have no idea.
No, it's really not. I realize that now.
Exactly
in the thumbnail of it.
Yep.
It's fun.
I know Kelsey's probably upset though. Let's be honest, because she was probably like, Loki, yes, and then it's only a tiny bit of Loki.
Yeah, but I mean, whatever. There's other characters in the world, and he just got his own series. It's fine. I enjoyed this one a bit. I think I like this one. I like this one more than the Captain Carter episode. I mean, like, I really enjoyed the Captain Carter episode, but I found it to just literally be the greatest hits of First Avenger, but with a
it feels like a carbon copy, basically, of the First Avenger.
Yeah, it does, but I still like the Captain Carter episode more.
Oh no, I love all of that stuff.
I love all of them. This is out of the 3 is my, and I said this, my least favorite personally. It was the most interesting, but I liked seeing just that inverted version of the Captain America story. Sure, is it the same thing? Yes, but that's
the reason why it's my least favorite, because it's basically the same thing, only like flipped. But this one is, I don't know. I mean, like, this one is definitely like more interesting, kind of, as you said, with, you go through and like, what does it look like when they plan on, when the Avengers that are all planned to be a part of it are one by one picked off.
Four of the first 5 Avengers die in this episode. 4 of the first 5.
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, at least we still get Cap though. We're gonna have double Caps right away, apparently, in this universe. I'd like to see that.
Yeah, that would be double Caps,
because Captain Marvel comes in.
Yeah. Because Captain Marvel is unfrozen, unlike you, right now. Oh no, there we go. You're back. Captain Marvel, you and Captain America, you got this one thing in common. You're just frozen.
I didn't even see a signal droppage here, so I don't know.
Buck, was that on his end or was that my end?
No, that was Matt, because it happened with me too. He did. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't see a signal
drop. I'm plugged into the Ethernet, baby. Can't be me.
So am I.
All 3 of us are. Yet somehow.
Anyway,
we all have issues sometimes.
Yeah, you know who else had issues? The original Avengers. They all kept fucking dying. What was most interesting was they picked off like the least amount of dialogue went to, of course, the most popular Avenger, Tony Stark, Iron Man, and then they just killed him off immediately.
Yes.
So I'm wondering. I mean, I'm wondering, like, how much more that actor has to voice Tony Stark and other stuff,
I-
like the one
it
where
was
he's with
okay.
Killmonger, but
By the way,
He's in the
guy that-
Killmonger episode. I know that.
yeah,
which is
Yeah, it
near
was
the
okay.
end. That's like one of the
Yeah,
final
but
ones.
but it was a fine voice. Like the woman who did the voice for
Black Widow.
Black Widow, she did a fine job for
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson, but like her taught us what like Scarlett Johansson's voice could sound like in a film or a show.
Hey, at least we got
I
Mark
think the
Ruffalo back. Am I
worst-
right?
We
yeah,
did.
the
We did good.
worst voice replacement was whoever the hell did Betty Ross. I thought that was Judy Greer the whole time, and I'm like, no, that's not Judy Greer. Judy Greer's already in the MCU. They wouldn't have her voice a different person just for this. Whoever it was sounded like it was distracting how much she sounded like Judy Greer instead.
Hi, Deacon.
Deacon, I'm not going to time you out. I promise. Don't worry.
I got.
I'm not
I'm
doing
looking
it.
up.
That wasn't a setup for me to actually do it. But it was fun. It was fun hearing Mike Douglas speak with like a crazed voice.
Yes.
So it's funny because it's like the what if of this episode wasn't like what if someone kept killing them. The what if ended up being what if Hope joined Shield.
Shield. Yep. Like you didn't
Which
find
is
the
like-
what if until the end of it. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
okay, that's kind of interesting.
and it's just like it's specifically like it's what if she joined
joined
Shield
Shield and died.
and then died, and then also Hank reacted poorly to the death. And then Hank developed his own Iron
Yellow Jacket
Spider.
suit.
And,
No, it's Yellow Jacket.
Yeah, Yellow Jacket. That's right. I looked at it and because we had just watched the Spider-Man trailers and whatnot, I'm thinking Iron Spider's on the brain. Yeah, it's the Yellow Jacket suit on his own. I still find some of the animation in this show to just still be kind of like weird. It feels super like I don't know, late 2000s Flash animation on like fun websites level on some respects. And it just I don't know, it feels weird that like something that they put this much money into, they couldn't have like done a better job with the animation scheme. So that's like a big critique that I still have running through this whole series so far. Like what did you like? What did you not like about this?
I mean, I overall I enjoy, the animation doesn't bug me. I'm not like you. The animation does not bug me a single bit.
The first episode for me was a little bit, but I've gotten used to it now, so it's fine.
I was about to say I had to watch. I watched when I got access. I watched the 3 episodes with my godson and my girlfriend, and then Nick came over another day and I rewatched them. So I had already seen them twice. So I guess I just adjusted to it quickly because I'm like, it doesn't seem bad to me. I get it. There are times where I'm like, why is it a mixture of 3D and 2D? But okay.
Yeah, but I mean, like what? In episode 2, there's like a whole thing where he's the run. I think is it like the room where he ends up going to find the Wakanda ship. It's like the whole backdrop. There's like backdrops that are all 2D and then they're 3D over top of it. And the backdrops look great in 2D.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is definitely something I've noticed where there are times, if it's close up enough, you can tell the voices don't always match the exact movement of the mouths. And that also is a bit distracting for me. So, but I mean that's like one thing that I guess we'll just live with.
Yeah.
But it's an interesting concept. I don't know if it was actually. I feel like the more I think about it, this was probably my least favorite of the first 3 because First Avenger, I really really like the First Avenger. So this having just a flipped version of First Avenger is still a lot of fun.
Yes.
So I think this one here was an interesting, like we keep using the word interesting, and I've learned don't say things are interesting, say why they're interesting. And I
And
don't
the interesting
know.
part was the who done it, like and Tank's flip, but that's realistically the only redeeming qualities.
And the only like the most interesting thing about it, the thing that got me the most was how it's possible to kill the Hulk.
Yeah,
Which
enlarging
is
his heart.
enlarge him from the inside out. I like how they had him explode and then immediately cut away. But like when he exploded, everything was just green. So
Green,
they just
and it wasn't even green blood; it was just like green gas, and that was
it was like weird looking. And I guess it's now you wonder like, well, who are the Avengers going to be if these guys aren't there anymore? Like, how would that world be different? Because one of the funny things like you notice, and I forget if they've talked about it in the MCU or if they talked about it in other superhero things. It's like once superhero people start to appear, suddenly more superpowered stuff appears.
Mm-hmm.
And if all of these people that have these powers and the people that are like the saviors out there, they all like disappear right there before any shit goes down, then what's left? Well, I mean, of course they disappear, and then all of a sudden Loki's
Vision actually
blew
brings
away.
that up in Civil War. Basically bringing up
does he?
since Tony Stark revealed himself as Iron
That must
Man.
have been where I heard it.
Yep.
I haven't. I don't. I might have rewatched Civil War once. I don't know. So that might have been where I heard it.
Did we see after Black Widow is arrested? Was that Strike Team with Crossbones?
Yes, that was Frank Grillo returning.
Okay, all right, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I love Frank Grillo. He's awesome.
He's like, stop the truck.
I wish that they did more with him with Frank Grillo in the MCU, but I mean, you could say that about a lot of actors and actresses in the MCU. I wish they did more with Walton Goggins, or I wish they did more with Judy Greer and Bobby Cannavale.
No,
like,
I think they did enough with both of them, honestly. No,
I mean, like they're good actors and actresses. I wish they gave them material that like gave them more to do for what they're good at, as opposed to just kind of being there for in service of some other people. That's what I mean by that. Because like Walton Goggins, like what the fuck was he there for? Man.
Well, apparently he's supposed to be back in the third one, so
great. Hopefully they do something with him. I'm a little tired of the whole thing of like everything that was bad before is made better because of things they do later, because still the thing before that wasn't that great is still not great. You can say maybe in the grand scheme of story, it works out because it's just an opening piece of a story, but it still, when it existed on its own, you can also take it as that and say what's good and bad. Clearly, we're not really talking a whole lot about this episode.
You want to see what you just said brings me to the discourse that's been happening on Twitter today about what's the worst MCU movie. People are saying Age of Ultron, Iron Man 3.
I really love Iron Man 3.
I
like Iron Man 3 as its own film. I don't like it as a part of the MCU.
I like it both, but I do think that there are issues with it. Of course, I still love it.
There's plenty of issues with it, and
as an MCU film, there are issues with it.
Yeah. And I can say that that one of the 3 future MCU films coming out in the next few months is definitely going to take some shots at it.
Well, it depends on if those movies come out in the next few months.
Well, one of them is confirmed to come out just next week.
Yeah, I was like, isn't it coming out in like 9 days?
No. What I mean is that it's when those come out, like the other ones might depend on whether or not this one does any good. And I know, of course, it's going to take shots at it because of, I don't know, a certain villain or lack thereof in the first in Iron Man 3. And it's already been confirmed that certain villain or lack thereof makes an appearance. I know that. They made that that was leaked and then confirmed like 2 days before the premiere of the movie. For you 2 people watching right now, we're talking about
4 people.
Shang-Chi. I know, I'm joking.
I did like that they brought back Clark Gregg as Phil Coulson.
Yes.
That was.
I mean,
That
he's
was
been
pretty
Coulson for years. He's down to do whatever for Coulson.
Yeah,
I know. So the weird thing is with Agents of Shield is it was connected to the MCU,
and then it wasn't.
and
then
then
apparently they're bringing back one of the actresses from it for one of the upcoming Marvel projects. I'm just like, why?
Make up
Well,
your
here's
mind.
the deal.
Is it
They're also, you know, Charlie Cox and Deborah Ann Wool are supposed to be in No Way Home.
And some people think that we saw Charlie Cox's arm in the last.
I don't give a shit about that. I'm not.
Yeah.
I this whole breaking down.
That was a reach. That was a fucking reach. Because you can see person with the exact same tie looking into the freaking interrogation room. Clearly a cop. Yeah. Charlie Cox, Daredevil, walks with the cane and wouldn't be looking into the interrogation room. Sorry.
Yeah,
like
it's
we know they're in there.
People will dissect it, every minute detail. Like, did you see the one about Doc Ock today?
The problem with the trailer dissections is also that like the Marvel trailers are purposely misleading.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of times.
Like here, Lizard, very solid argument because if you look at the 2 seconds there, you can make out the silhouette of that character. Sandman. Solid argument. Electro, even though we never see Jamie Foxx on screen,
we saw electricity.
You see the bright like yellow
though, not blue, yellow.
So like, and PJ and I were talking the other day, and I'm like, because their pictures leaked of them in costume, and one of the pictures that leaked was Jamie Foxx, and he's clearly not the Max Dillon we know from what's his name, Andrew Garfield Spider-Man universe.
Yeah,
he looks like a hood gangster, straight up. Like
I'm like, he's probably just from a different. He's probably just from a different
Electro,
universe.
but also Motherfucker Jones. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, he looks a little bit like Motherfucker Jones. Hold up,
he looks like Motherfucker Jones was a supervillain.
Let me send you this picture, Jeff, because you might even be like, "Yup."
It's like interesting though. It's interesting to say that sort of thing of like, oh well, it's clearly that he's not from the same. He's not from the same universe as the other ones. That's weird.
It's the colors. Look, it's the colors too, and everything. Like
no, what I find
that looks
weird
like
about
Motherfucker Jones. That looks like
because we're gonna have Willem to look at this. How much are we talking about actual what if instead of theorizing about fucking Spider-Man, man?
Who cares?
Like we
got like 10 minutes that we can do whatever we want.
Yeah, well, we can also cut it short here if we really want to. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Because like here's the thing, and we've talked about this before, Matt. Because I know you haven't been here for a lot of these, the last two. The show is like a series of like things. It's like, oh, that's fun. Oh, that's fun. Oh, that's fun. And it's the degree of which we feel.
Of one. Like,
yeah,
it's just fun. It's here's a different perspective on it. Here's a different way certain things, still happen, but not the way you think.
Yeah. So like a lot of them are it's just a series of that. Hey, Sabrina, thank you so much.
Hi, Sabrina.
Thanks, Sabrina.
So like, yeah, it's another enjoyable episode. Enjoyment may vary depending on like what's included in it. So yeah,
next
this one
week
here
is Doctor Strange Supreme. So it's probably when we get the Doc.
I didn't realize that there was an episode devoted to Doctor Strange joining the Supremes, but here we are.
No.
No.
Like all of a sudden I'd be trying to prove that I'm not crazy when I knew I wasn't crazy.
Right. We're not going to do that, okay?
Sorry, I played the wrong one. I'm sorry, I played the longer clip.
What did you like that I cut it and then I went back to
yes. I was like, wait, what the?
Yeah, no, I went
is
right
what
to
happens. This is what happens when.
Did you see my
keep
message?
Talking, Buck. I'm going to keep interrupting you.
Did you see my message of the alternate ending to the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer?
Yeah, and it's yeah. Did you Did anyone see that it's obviously it's like 16 years old now, 17 years old at this point. The behind the scenes footage from Spider-Man 2,
Yes.
when Sam Raimi walks in front of Alfred Molina and goes, and just watch and action, and he turns around and it's Willem Dafoe in the Doc
that
Ock
started
arms.
that started circulating around Twitter today.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, we're gonna do a run through of the practice scene. Watch this, Alfred, and you'll see how you need to do it. And action.
And scene.
And scene.
I mean, that's basically what it was. You saw how much Willem Dafoe was hamming it up in that.
Oh my god, I can't wait to see. I hope he hams it up here as well. I want to see him ham it up a lot. Anyways, I think that's really about it. I don't think we need to go too much more into a conversation here with that. It was a fun episode. I'm interested to see what they do next. And once again, still kind of curious to see how they try to pull, what pieces of What If are they going to pull through variant stuff into, actual, the bigger MCU, other stories. So
yeah, how much stuff from this will end up kind of going into the movies with the other Disney Plus shows?
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's really it.
Yeah.
Matt, where can people find you?
What Real Entertainment? I'm on here, and that's where you should know. WATREEL Entertainment.
Did you say what?
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 Wow.
You can find Buck and me at our Twitter handles here on the bottom.
Yeah, right here.
That's it.
And then you can follow the show Twitter at Schmo Me Money. So everyone,